Good morning, natural gas. It's Wednesday, February the 11th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And for the spot March contract, we're up just 1.1 cents to 312.60 or 0.35%. And as you can see here from barchart.com, the RSI is just kind of meandering sideways, won't close up or down. And at this point, I've introduced here the average weighted volume. This is the VWAP here, and this is what's going on here. This is the average of what the buys were starting over here back on January the 9th, and the sells all the way back here on December the 5th. And what's going on? We're flat. 330, 740, 338 average for both of those two. What does that mean? That's the value area. So if we get cold weather on the forecast, that's where we're heading, because that's the null point, the neutral point between the buyers and the sellers between December the 5th and January the 9th. And as you can see here, the RSI just isn't giving us any indication. The roll gap ends tomorrow, so that means the front pressure selling March and buying May will be over at that point. What else is going on? Well, let's take a look at the open interest on the NYMEX. And as you can see, the open interest was climbing. $3 strike for the puts, over 62,227, climbing on open interest, also moving up the 275, the 260s, and the 250 puts. Why is that? Well, these are spreads going on here. People are taking a chance here, buying the $3 puts, selling the 250s or 260s. You can see this on the block trade report from the NYMEX. And let's take a look at the hourly chart. And as you can see, this is telling us we're going right back to the pivot today, 313. And as you can see, we're just sitting right below it right now at 312.70. The RSI is trying to turn higher, and it looks like we may just meander around this pivot until we can get some cold weather forecasts. And we also have the storage report tomorrow, and expectations minus 260. This is the report from last week where we had a record at minus 360, which was by 1 BCF. But that 260 that's expected gets us down to 2.2 TCF. The average over the next couple of weeks, 532 BCF. That's a 5-year average. That puts us down to 1.67 if we hold on the averages. What does that mean? It's a strong injection season. Let's say we have to go up to 3.9 TCF, almost filling storage. We've got to put in 10.42 BCF per day for 214 days. Going to be a big haul. Let's take a look at the March versus the April spread. And there was some activity also going on in this spread. People were buying the 25-cent calls, selling the flat puts. And as you can see right now, we're currently trading at 9.4 cents, up just about 6 ticks here, or 6.74%. The RSI still going sideways, so still undecided here on the spreads because of that roll pressure. And here's the roll. The roll is currently trading at 7 cents, or up 0.7 ticks here, or 11.11%. And as you can see, same thing. RSI is going sideways. This is the March versus the May. This is the roll, which will end tomorrow. How about the U.S. weather? Well, we've got current weather here currently still in the Northeast. It's moderating a little bit. We get some blowtorch warmth here as we get through the midsection of the month. And then at the end of the month, this is where it hints again that the Northeast, Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and New England states get cold again. And this is the last of the forecast period here on the GFS model, where we bring in more cold and heads toward the southeast. As you can see here, Chicago at 8 degrees on the wind chill, New York 12, Atlanta 29. That's our key triangle for natural gas, populated weighted heating average here. So let's turn to Europe, and we've got colder weather coming in around the 15th. And what else do we have? Yeah, right at the end of the month, again, a week later, it's even colder around the 24th. Why is this important? Because storage over the EU is down to 36.1% full. This is a 2-day lag. And here's Germany at 26.2% and France at 26.4%. So Europe is going to need US LNG in a big way. Currently, right now, LNG is estimated at a little over 18 BCF going out the door every day. And here's the TTF. That's the title transfer facility, and it's up 1.71% right now. This looks like it wants to turn higher on this colder weather. So if it does verify, this price will move up again and retest, according to the charts here, maybe getting as high back as $40 per megawatt hour here, 40 euros, excuse me, per megawatt hour. And let's turn to Asia. And here it is around the 24th, the same time that the Europeans get that colder weather and the United States is indifferent. Remember my rule, 2 out of 3 areas can get colder at the same time in the Northern Hemisphere, but usually not 3. And here's China, eastern provinces, quite cold. And of course, Beijing is right up in here and the Koreas. And again, this will push toward Japan. And look at the United States. Well, plenty of snow cover across the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic states, and New England, which is keeping temperatures down. And the Great Lakes, 51.7% coverage on ice. This is actually down from yesterday. It was even higher. And this is because wind, turbulence, keeps that ice from forming. So as it slows down, ice can actually grow. So let's take a look at Golden Pass, and it's slowly climbing toward making first LNG. We're currently at 5762 MMBTUs going into the terminal out of 2.6 BCF. So we've got a long way to go. That first train will take up to 800 million a day. So let's take a look at the stocks. And we've got a few more to our list here. These are stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float, over 10%. We've added again Crescent Energy, which is now up 3.61% for the 1-week performance, and SM, the old St. Mary's, up 8.21%. Right now, our laggard still is Comstock Resources, down 5.66% for the 1 week. Again, recapping here for the spot March contract, we're currently up just a penny, 312.5, up 0.32%. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.